Early Vedic period. In this module, children, you will learn about the Vedic literature, social, political and economic life of the early Vedic period. Let's first learn about Aryans. Who were Aryans? Most historians believe that the Aryans lived in Central Asia around the Caspian Sea. As their population increased, the Aryans were forced to move out of their original home in search of new shelters and new pastures. Those who migrated to India came to be known as Indo-Aryans. Now, let us study about the areas where the Vedic people lived. They first settled in the Sapta Sindhu region between 1500 BCE and 1000 BCE. In the later Vedic period, between 1000 BCE and 600 BCE, Aryans gradually moved eastward and settled in the Ganga-Yamuna plains. They called it Aryavarta, which means the land of Aryans. Therefore, children, we can divide the Vedic civilization into two periods. Early Vedic period, Brahmavarta, later Vedic period, Aryavarta. Why is the early Vedic period also called Rig Vedic period? Because we know about the life, society and achievements of the early Vedic period mainly through Rig Veda. Vedic literature. Our main source of information about the early Aryans are the Vedas. Veda is a Sanskrit word that means knowledge. There are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda and Atharva Veda. Political organization. The Aryans were divided into many tribes or jana, and their chief was called Rajan. The jana consisted of many villages called grama. The headman of the grama was called Gramani. A grama consisted of a number of families. The head of the family was called Grihapati. He was the eldest living male member. Role of the chief. Each tribe had a chief called Rajan. He was assisted by officers such as Purohit, advisor of the chief, and Senani, commander-in-chief. There were 2 tribal assemblies, the Samiti and Sabha. Samiti was general assembly. All members of the tribe took part in it. Sabha was council of elders and important members. Social life. Children, many of us live with our grandparents, uncles, aunts and their families. Similarly, Aryans also followed joint family system. The eldest male member was called Grihapati. Position of women. Women were respected, received education, composed hymns, and enjoyed the right to choose their husbands through a ceremony called Swayamvara. Children, do you think so that the modern Indian women enjoy the same social status as in the early Vedic period? Kindly ponder over it. Varna system. The society was divided into 4 groups called Varnas. Brahmins were priests and were seen as the highest Varna. Kshatriyas were rulers and warriors. They fought battles and protected people. Vaishyas were farmers and traders. Shudras were workers, artisans and laborers. They served the upper 3 Varnas. There was no caste system during this time. Lifestyle. The Aryans ate barley, vegetables, fruits, meat and drank milk. Their dress was simple. Men wore dhoti, wrapped a cloth over their shoulder, tied a turban, and the women wore a sari. Religion. The Aryans worshipped different forces of nature as god and goddesses such as Indra, Varuna, Agni, Vayu. The early Vedic people, too like the Indus Valley people, did not build temples. They worshipped gods in open air and yajnas were performed by the Brahmins. Economic life. Children, how wealthy a person was depended on the number of cows one had. A wealthy person in the village was called the Gomat. Agriculture and cattle rearing were the main occupations. Let us now recap all the important points that we have covered in this module on early Vedic period. First, who were Aryans? Second, area where they lived. Third, why is the early Vedic period also called Rig Vedic period? 4. Vedic literature. 5. Political organization. 6. Role of Rajan. 7. In social life, we have covered family system, position of women, Varna system, lifestyle, religion, and economic life.